go to the next speaker, and the next speaker is none other than Dr. Vijay Kumar Jha. He is also an educationist,
Thank you.
and he is going to speak on the educational innovation. Our society is basically the Innovation Society of India, and he is today's uh, a formal speaker on educational innovation. Dr. Vijay Kumar Jha, please.
Thank you, Dr. Charak, sir, for inserting me into the loop of learned laurels and the grand academicians, and for which I was voraciously waiting. And we all are digitally assembled here in
Yeah.
the service of the nation for a very good reason. So, respectable the organizing and the participating dignitaries of this electronically radiant and instantly innovative conference on innovation through digitization itself. I do feel privileged to have been granted an opportunity by Professor Ripu Ranjan Sinha Sahib and Professor Haresh Tank Sahib to present my views here on educational innovation. So, without wasting any time, let me begin with the uh, core things that I actually want to share with you all. And I hope you would encourage me by sparing your magnificent ears to my humble mouth. Uh, so, the International Dictionary of Education describes innovation as promotion of new ideas or practices in education and teaching. The word innovation describes an endogenous or self-generated change. The category innovation, however, comes from the administrative sciences. It's not a pedagogic terminology. It's basically innovation is an administrative terminology which was introduced in the decade of 60s in due course of changes being felt upon the desks of the academicians. And change is an inevitable process by nature, as says Gita, the Gita. And if education implies rebirth, then innovation is the path that makes rebirth possible. However, innovation in education has to be regarded as an external process. This is innovation is not an internal process in education. According to the classical scientific method, innovation is defined as a planned and systematic program for change. There should not just be a change for a change. Instead, it should be on requirement, it should be well planned, and it should be systematic. And apart from that, the term educational innovation has arrived at the 30th Regional Consultation Meeting of UNESCO, held at Zometian in June 1992, and adopted by Ministry of Human Resource Development in India, refers to an idea or practice new to a specific educational context that meets unsatisfied needs. It is the introduction, it's the introduction or promotion of new ideas and methods that are devised in education and or institutional practices which have a substantial effect on changing the existing patterns of behavior of a group involved. Change in the patterns of behavior in terms of imparting a lecture, in terms of delivering a lecture, or in terms of learning a content on in the capacity of a learner, or in terms of facilitating the process of teaching and learning by the system of education. So if there is a change in the pattern, that is the innovation. So the term innovation refers to the change in the pattern of adopting a process. Now, innovative strategies imply in development of new ideas which are disseminated and utilized. They usually occur in response to particular problems. Actually, innovation in education has become increasingly associated with quality and international competitiveness. In addition, information is the most highly valued factor added through innovation. So now question is that, what is innovation in education for? Actually, innovation depends on the observer's point of view and field of knowledge. There should be different types of innovations for different fields of knowledge and different points of views. The idea of innovation in education as a process that is open to innumerable configurations is thus reinforced. It is the process of cultural creation since it generates a new system of values, beliefs, rules, and regulations, technologies, attitudes, and forms of behaviors. It also implies the progression rather than a break from the previous stage, and also meant the continuity between tradition and innovation. Innovation doesn't mean by leaving the tradition completely. No. It is a tool to give the traditionalism an extension for the betterment. It is certainly not a very new start by leaving out what came into existence previously. No, it is simply giving an extension to what was in the existence of practice earlier. And innovation relates to the change in the product, service, activity, initiative, structure, program, or policy. It relates to new ideas, not for the sake of just changing the old one, but for the sake of making the previous ideas better one and more productive, more meaningful. And there should be change in application. Creative ideas do not in themselves constitute an innovation. No. Creative ideas must be associated with a creative application, and this is the point where the core thrust of this conference, digitization, proves its significance. Digitization proves its significance in the process of innovation, because if innovation is a creative idea itself not sufficient. There should be a tool to translate that creative idea into action. And the digitization is an effective tool to translate creative ideas, imaginative skills of the academicians into action, into application. So the new idea must be applied to some organizational activity. Thus, innovation involves the practical implementation of new idea.
Good.
So, and apart from that, this also refers to significant change. The change that is brought about must be significant and positive. It must go beyond minor incremental tinkering yet does not necessarily have to be a revolutionary departure. Significance in this sense means that it must relate to some improvement that it deemed to be important. For example, it must advance society, provide technological or economic progress, or provide an organization with some capability or advantage. Now, let us cast a glimpse upon innovative idea. Innovative idea provides the needs to be feasible in the sense of being replicable in the system as a whole or a significant part of the system. In brief, innovation is the creative generation and application of new ideas that achieve a significant improvement in product, in service, in activity, in taking initiatives, in structure, in program, and in policy. Now, there are 5 characteristics of the process of innovation. The one, it is relative advantage. There should be a relative advantage of an innovation. An innovation must be advantageous. Second, compatibility. An innovation must be compatible.
Sir, थोड़ा fast करना. We are
Third,
running against time.
yes. Third,
Sir.
there should be less complexity, and fourth one is triability, and the fifth one is observability. Now, the factors which affect the process of innovation are: the very first, it is cost. Second, it's complexity. Third, it's visibility. I'm not going to explain each and every thing in terms of the constraint of time that we are going to have.
Right, sir.
And next one is divisibility. So this is what I wanted to share with you all, and thanks for bearing with me, sir. And somehow I have synthesized the ideas, and somehow I have put together the ideas. And thanks a lot to you all for encouraging me. And this was a maiden experience of me to digitally address such a learned mass here of professors and academicians and industrialists. And thanks a lot, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Jha sir. You have made this century. There were more than 100 people who were listening to you. Thank you.
Thank you.
So nice of you for making a very strong pitch for the innovation in education.